Global fast food franchises have played a major role in the world by influencing and contributing to the obesity and ill health of society, the growing and booming economy of the world, and by ingraining themselves into the daily lives of billions worldwide.
You are the only reason. You're the one. We take pride in pleasing.
Fast food is everywhere. McDonald's, Subway, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, KFC, Burger King, etc.
1867. Charles Feldman opens up a hot dog stand on the streets of New York. This idea sparked a revolution in the food industry known as fast food. The first industry that offered prepared food was a cafeteria started in 1912, also in New York City.
In 1921, Walter Anderson in Wichita, Kansas, changed the industry by introducing the first hamburger joint known as White Castle. But however, at this time, Americans were hesitant to eat processed meat due to Upton Sinclair's 1906 novel, The Jungle, that criticized the meatpacking industry's health standards. In 1940, Dick and Mac McDonald opened the first McDonald's barbecue restaurant in California. Their restaurant featured a typical drive-in car hop service. After several years, they renovated and reopened the restaurant, including a self-service station with a traditional 15-cent hamburger. In the following years, a very famous entrepreneur by the name of Ray Kroc visited McDonald's Brothers in 1954.
Luck is a dividend of sweat. The more you sweat, the luckier you get. Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc revolutionized the way fast food was created and marketed when he bought McDonald's. At that time, fast food restaurants were drive-in restaurants where food was served in the car. Ray Kroc implemented Henry Ford's assembly line idea into his restaurants and utilized standardization of his recipes throughout the world. Another important landmark in the fast food industry was brought about in 1948 by In-N-Out Burger's founder, Harry Snyder. The first drive-through hamburger stand was born. Additions such as the drive-through continually changed and reinvented the industry.
The globalization of fast food was set in motion in 1967 when McDonald's opened up restaurants in Canada and Puerto Rico. By 1970, there was a McDonald's in every single state of America. And after only 56 years of the first McDonald's, in 1996, the fast food chain had restaurants in 100 different countries, and there was literally a fast food place on every street corner. Ultimately, this would lead to the globalization of other fast food chains spreading from the U.S. and also fast food chains that originated in other foreign countries.
Throughout history, fast food has brought about both positive and negative impacts on the world as a whole. This is seen through the environmental, economical, social, health, and media aspects of society.
For the environment, the large corporations largely have a negative effect on the environment. There are many cases when fast food industries take part in deforestation to make room for cattle or grain. Meat, the basis of fast food hamburgers, is an arduous task to refine for human consumption. Problems arise such as growing the cow with genetically modified growth hormones and then having to deal with the waste contributing to water runoff. This could also contribute to agricultural areas, creating incidents such as the E. coli Taco Bell situation in 2006. However, more recently, large fast food businesses have been reforming their methods to change for the better.
The globalization of fast food has impacted the global economy in many helpful and harmful ways because globalization is directly connected to the global economy. When fast food became well known, there were economic booms several times throughout the world's history, especially during the 1990s when fast food spread around the world. As fast food became the biggest private contributor to the world's economy, it became an essential industry to everyone. In recent years, the National Restaurant Association determined that fast food restaurants grow steadily at a 40% annual rise. As of recent years, McDonald's is located in 126 countries and operates over 31,000 restaurants. Burger King is located in 65 countries with over 11,100 restaurants, and Subway, one of the fastest growing franchises in the world, has over 39,000 operating restaurants in 90 different countries.
Unabated, obesity would overtake smoking as the leading preventable cause of death in this country. One of the most disturbing things to me is that in the last 20 to 25 years, we've actually seen a doubling of overweight and obese children and adolescents.
As fast food has grown throughout the years, it has greatly affected people's health. After being introduced, there has been a trend of more overweight and unhealthy people. Since fast food is especially high in fat content, there is a direct correlation between fast food intake and weight gain. Tests have also shown that monkeys who consume higher levels of trans fat develop more fat than monkeys who consumed a higher diet consisting of unsaturated fats. The trans fat consuming monkeys also develop signs of insulin resistance, which is an early indicator of diabetes. Ever since fast food was first introduced, meals have gradually grown larger, starting with a meal amounting 850 calories almost 100 years ago. Now 1,430 calories.
When fast food companies first opened, they generally introduced one size. For example, one size French fries when McDonald's first opened, called fries. That size fries is now called small, medium, large, 18-ounce large. This 12 ounce is now kitty. The 16 ounce is now the small, the medium, the 32, and the 42. And this is across the board with all fast food places.
Through research, children who ate fast food ate less fiber, milk, fruits, and vegetables, concluding that fast food has lowered nutrition intakes for children this past century. Fast food has introduced new kinds of diseases, including salmonella and E. coli, through uncooked hamburgers and manure-combined livestock.
At least 17 million Americans now have type 2 diabetes. About 1 out of every 20 people.
And somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20% of the obese children have elevated abnormal liver function tests, so when these children end up being adults, they're going to end up, if they don't change their eating and exercise habits, are going to end up with liver failure and well, either transplant or death.
The social aspect of civilization has fluctuated greatly after the introduction of fast food. As the food industry grew, so did job opportunities. As this workforce grew, it encompassed the world, developing a unique global culture. Unbeknownst to most people, there is a harsh negative side to this. The general population now has access to fast food places within 10 minutes of their home. Critics argue this takes away from the meals which used to be eaten at home with your family. The fast food workforce often faces tough working conditions, leading to slang terms such as McJob, proving that the jobs are often low-paying and degrading. However, fast food has also greatly improved society by creating a workforce that enables many workers, who are often young and inexperienced, to hold a steady job. Through their hard work and sacrifices, food and beverage serving workers held 7.7 million jobs in 2008, effectively enforcing an industry that is now an essential part of the world we live in.
There is no escaping fast food. Fast food goes hand in hand with media. McDonald's alone spends $1.4 billion on all forms of media. Pepsi spends $1 billion on advertising, while advertisements for healthy foods spend considerably less. An example would be the 5-a-day fruits and vegetables campaign that only had a budget of $2 million. Fast food chains mainly target their advertising at children and students. This has sparked criticism and outrage, and has caused people to highly regulate the advertising of such food aimed at children. And many countries are looking to introduce strict limitations on fast food advertising. In Sweden, all advertising aimed at under 12-year-olds is banned, including fast food adverts. Like most fast food companies, McDonald's has maintained an extensive advertising campaign. Not only do they use television, radio, and newspaper, but they also rely on the use of billboards and signage, sponsor sporting events ranging from Little League to the Olympic Games.
While McDonald's fry is crisp and golden brown, you're what they're famous for. Well, they're the best French fries in town. You're the one.